So what's the difference between direct hair implantation, or DHI hair transplantation, and traditional ways of implanting hair? I'm Dr. Danyo from North Atlanta Hair Restoration, and I've been performing DHI hair implantation since 2013, and there are big differences. First, direct hair implantation only describes the implantation of extracted hair. So many times on the web you'll see DHI FUE. So DHI is the implantation side, so direct hair implantation, and FUE is follicular unit excision, which is the actual excision or extraction of grafts. Direct hair implantation involves the loading and implantation directly of extracted follicles. So what we do is we have pen implanters that have a needle on there, and there's a slit. You grab the hair by the follicle by the top, and you load the follicle into the implanter needle, and then we just directly place the graft. That's different than traditional ways of placing grafts, where a whole bunch of surgical slits to create an entrance wound for the grafts are completed. And let's say you're doing 2,000 grafts, you are going to have to make 2,000 entrance wounds to have grafts then manually placed. And there are a lot of problems with doing that. First of all, the scalp is extremely vascular, which means if you're doing 2,000 slits at one time without placing a graft in there to plug the hole, it creates a lot of bleeding. And in order to stop the bleeding, who's ever performing the procedure has to inject things like epinephrine, which often is termed adrenaline, to constrict the blood vessels, or they have to create a high tide effect, where the medication is injected to lift the skin off the scalp away from blood vessels. And that creates problems down the road. It creates a lot of stress for existing hair, which may predispose to shedding of the existing hair, and it creates a lot of swelling and pain after the procedure. So a direct hair implantation, we don't need to do any of that. We can get extracted follicles, load them, and directly place. And when you're placing a follicle directly after or during the actual creation of a entrance wound or slit, the graft plugs the hole, and any bleeding is contained around the bulb. And that bleeding creates a nice stable clot, which means you can clean earlier and you can have less chance for facial swelling and an easier post-operative course. So both DHI and traditional ways of doing hair implantation have the same result of placing grafts, but the mechanism is extremely different, and those differences have major impacts on your recovery and ultimately on your results. Call us at 678-845-7521 or visit our website at nahairrestoration.com.